to be part of the group discussions. So first thing in how you gonna successful in your groups is to listen effectively. So what is the meaning of listen effectively?
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention, right? And listen emphatically also. Okay, understand your role. What is your role in the group? Are you a discussion, or you are just taking a part in by listening for listening only, or you are taking minutes, or you are going to talk, or you are going to present, or you are there for debating, right? So you need to understand your role clearly in the group. Sometime when you are what kind of we will come to it, how many type of group discussions do we have, and then actively contribute. So sometime you may be just only actively contributing when by saying, nodding, and by acknowledging that you receive the communication. Or sometimes you may want to come back and say constructively, not only to criticize, agree or disagree, or convey your opinions, whatever opinion you may have in the group. Ask clear questions and ask relevant questions. Don't jump to the questions which are not a part of the group discussion. Okay, so you are not going to discuss about things which you are going to ask questions which are not relevant for the group discussion. You will ask questions only which are relevant for group discussion. And establish a professional rapport. So what is a professional rapport? What is a professional rapport? What do you mean by professional rapport?
I'm not sure about report. What is report? Like journalists, no?
No, that is called report.
Report.
This is rapport. Rapport means your relationship or your perception. So professional rapport means how people perceive you as a professional. Do they know you as a professional? Do they know you as a not professional person? Or do they know you as an aggressive person? Do they know you as a professional who is always interrupting, or want to put your opinion only, want to listen, or you want to perceive yourself or make a professional rapport that you are listening, you are understanding the problems. Correct? So you want to build a professional rapport, means you are listening carefully, you are not disturbing others, you are providing solutions to your. So how you create a rapport? Very good question, right? How do you create a rapport? No idea. Basically, you need how do you create an authority in your organization? How do you make sure that people know you that you are helpful? Or how you make a person relationship with the people? How do you do that? Communication. You are talking to them. You are helping them out. If let's say you ask me a question and I help you out, we have a rapport already, right? You can trust me. I can trust you. So you make a rapport by talking to the peoples, by helping them unconditionally. If it's your job, let's say you are the finance person, I am the person who is going to claim some money, correct? I come to your department, you pay me money. That was your job and it was my right. There is no professional rapport yet. But if I come to your department and my claim is not correct, so instead of just rejecting it, you say, okay, this is how you need to make it correctly. Did you make any connection with the people? Yes, right? So when you are going beyond your duty, then you make a professional rapport. Otherwise, you are just doing your job. If let's say I am as a professional, I just say, okay, your claim is not correct, reject it, make it again. How will you feel? Okay, that's his job, he rejected, fine, finished, no problem, right? So no connection, no rapport yet. But if he come and explain you, this is how you need to fix it, these are your mistakes, then you will feel better about the person. Oh, he is a professional, he helped me out. So you make rapport only by helping each other. Okay, so in the groups, you need to make a professional rapport with all the group members. or at least few of them, so that they listen to you. If you don't have any connection, how will you feel sitting in a group of 5 people who don't know you as a professional? Will they listen to you? Will they take you seriously in the group discussion?
Yeah.
How? They will take you seriously if they don't know you?
Um,
No, right? If let's say you are a student of 3 people and you don't know each other, and I ask you to make a group discussion, will you trust each other or will you listen to each other? You may want to put only your perception, right? You don't want to listen to the others because you don't know them. There is no rapport in between, correct? So first in the group discussion, the first thing is you need to make a rapport, professional rapport with the peoples, not personal. I didn't say here personal because personal relationships are different as a professional in the group discussions, okay? And then listen effectively, we already discussed. Understand your role, what is your role in the group discussion, and contribute. Ask clear questions. These are the 5 steps how you gonna succeed in the group discussions. Communicate effectively with the culturally diverse members. So you need to be careful on the other people's culture, not to offend them. You may be correct, but you may not be correct from their standpoint. So you need to be careful and sensitive towards the cultural differences in the group members. There may be peoples from different nationalities, maybe peoples from different ethnic nationalities. So you may need to respect the differences, right? And use the language effectively. What language? English language or Burmese language or professional language or what language?
body language.
Both language, eh? So language is actually, answer is not incorrect entirely. Language includes both your spoken language and your body language and your gestures. All are important. Okay, so when you are you are using your language, means body language and verbal language effectively. We mean to say you choose your language properly. You are not using abusive language, you are not using aggressive language, you are using words which are not understood by the peoples. If you are engineer, you're gonna start talking about engineering terminology, and other peoples are not engineers, they will not understand, right?
Yes.
So what kind of language you need to use? The terminology which is common. So you need, and the body language is again important, as you said, eye connection, right? And gestures, how you lean towards, what kind of hands gesture you are doing. So that is also important. So you need to use the body language or the spoken language effectively. Convey your professional image. So suited, booted, comb hairs, correct? Professional. Not go into the slippers into the meetings. Resolve group conflict. So then, does conflict has to be there in the groups? Is obviously, right?
Yeah.
If it's a group, there are 3 peoples, and the group is always 3 or more peoples. Can you make a group with 1 person? No. Can you make a group with 2 people?
Yes.
No. 2 people is a meeting, 1-to-1 meeting. It's not group. Group is usually 3 or more peoples, because then you are talking to each other. You have more than one relationships, right? With 2 people, you just only have relationship between the person and the listener. There is no other third party who may have different opinion. So the group is normally made up from 3 or more peoples. So when you have 3 peoples, you have 3 perceptions. So you will have to have a conflict. So you need to resolve the conflict in a proper manner, in appropriate manner, and demonstrate the leadership. So you may not be the leader in the group, you may be only a junior staff, but in the group discussion you can become a leader. How? By helping the group achieve their objectives. Even though you may not be the leader, you may be helping the other group members to behave properly. You may be helping the members to resolve the conflict. So you will automatically become a leader, even though you are not positioned as a leader.